everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I personally had a lot of fun filming this video. This is some of my absolute favorite videos to film. So I had received a comment on a video that was really, really old. And it kind of gave me the idea to go back, find a full face of my absolute favorites for that year and pull them back out and do a video. It was really fun. I had a blast doing this video. Found some mold in one of my makeup products, you know, but it's nostalgic. I won't ever get rid of it. But it's been so fun. I had such a good time filming this video. The video that caught my eye was filmed in January of 2019, and it was a full face of my favorites of the year of 2018, my all-time favorites in each category of 2018. It was really fun to go back and not only see my skincare journey, but my eyebrow journey. I gotta give it to these ladies. They've come a long way. And I need to be more proud of that because, gosh, I didn't have any eyebrows back then. I didn't have eyebrows to save. I didn't have any eyebrows back then. Poor me. Anyways, I am in a giggly mood. It was a really fun video to film. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, here we are. Oh my gosh, I kind of have a headache because I've been bending over. I've been literally searching my collection for these products. And as I'm watching this video, because this video was filmed, so I put this up on January 2nd of 2019. And so it's been 6 years ago. And it's crazy to see yourself, especially up close, right? Up close without makeup. Not only seeing how far my skincare journey has come, I used to have this really strong dark spot here on my face. I had it lasered. I actually didn't even pay for it. It was awesome. I was getting a facial at my med spa, and the girl that was doing the facial, she was like, oh, we got this new laser, da-da-da, and she's all telling me about it as she's giving me the facial. And I said, well, I have this stubborn dark spot that has never been able to go away, no matter what I put on it, blah, blah. She's like, let's see if we can zap it with that new machine. And I was like, where do I go? So she's like, follow me. So we go up there, she zapped it, and it's never returned. And I didn't even pay for it, so I was very, very grateful. But not only that, but my brow game. I had no brows, none. It was just a line. I just laminated them and darkened them. So I don't really like it when I first do it. I don't like it when I first dye my brows and do the lamination because they're a little too straight, right? But after a week or two, they start to kind of relax a little bit, and then I love it for a month. But anyway, I had no brows in that video, and I was like, gosh, you've come a long way. You've gotten older, but I feel like my skin is better, my brows are better, and I'm happy about it. So anyway, I'll link the video down in the description box down below. So let's just do it. I think it's super fun. And some of these products I haven't used in a really long time, which I also think is the fun part about this, is I'm pulling out some of those products that I was just a diehard, absolutely loved, my go-to every day. And I just haven't used them for a long time. So it was really kind of fun to go through. Now, there was a few things that weren't available, or there was a few things that I didn't have. But I would say I have 98% of them. So we're going to have fun with this video. Okay. First up, the Vitamin Enriched Face Base from Bobbi Brown. Do you guys all remember that hype? Everybody was using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It was the jam. All the big YouTubers were talking about it. They were all using it on camera. Everybody loved it. And I loved it because I have dry, normal skin. And this was a great way to kind of prep my skin for makeup. So I have some here. It's probably expired, but who, so we might be in for it, but yeah. Oh, and it still smells the same. It has a really fresh scent to it. a little bit of like a lemony kind of scent to it, but not, you know what I mean? Like it's not like a strong scent. I mean, for me, it's not. Some people didn't like the scent of it. Like if you're sensitive to fragrance, you may not like it because it is, you know, it's more fragrance than like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. But I just love the smell of this. Like, this is nostalgic for me. This takes me back because I haven't used it for a very long time. So I did the Unbutton Enriched Face Base. What I like about this is I have the chapters, so I can just kind of fast forward to the spots that I want. So next up, Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Falls Filter. In that video, I was using shade 5. Shade 5 might be a little bit too warm for me right now. So I'm going to use 4.5 for this one. But this is like always been kind of a ride or die product for me, but I also really like the one from e.l.f. It has a little bit more coverage to it than the Charlotte Tilbury, and I just find myself reaching for it over the Charlotte Tilbury, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I love luxury makeup, but when I like a product better, you know, it is what it is. I had a quick question for any of you out there. So you see these like real red dots? So I have right here and this. Have any of you guys ever had those type of like blood vessel, whatever they're called? I don't know if it's a spider bait. I don't know what it is. But have any of you guys ever had it zapped or treated and did it go away? I'm just really curious because I have a dermatologist appointment in June, end of June. And I was thinking about having her like maybe zap it for me. But I was just wondering if it actually works or does it come back? You know, just really curious. So if any of you guys have done it, let me know. I'm really curious. Next up is one of my all-time favorite foundations of all time. In fact, the girl that does my nails still uses this based on my recommendation. All these years later, she loves it. So this is the Lancôme Skin Feels Good. This is a hydrating skin tint, healthy glow. This one is a little bit too dark for me right now, but I am going to make it work. This is in the shade 045 Warm Caramel. It's been so long since I've used the Lancôme Skin Feels Good, but if you've been with me for a while, you will know that this has been like a ride or die skin tint for me. Wow. It's like a blast from the past. I love these kind of videos. They're so fun. But yeah, that color is dark. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to make that work. I thought I had 4N. Oof. That is dark and very orange. Let me see if I can find the 4N. It was clear in the back. That's why I didn't see it. It was like clear in the back of my drawer. So this one is 4N Sand. Gosh, it's still dark though. Like, the caramel one looks lighter than this one. Dang, that's dark. I don't think I can. Oh, surely that's oxidized. So this is a octinoxate sunscreen. This word right there. And I'm wondering if it's made it oxidize where it's made it darker, because that is like 4 shades dark. I mean, I'd have to go with the caramel one because that is, wow. It had to have oxidized because there's just no way that I ever wore it that dark. I mean, I'll be a little orangey, but I'm going to try to make it work. This is going to take forever, you guys. I apologize. Okay, I'm going to try to make it work, and let's just see what we get, because it is definitely a little too golden. But we're in it now, so I am really glad I didn't use the shade 5 in the Charlotte Tilbury. I'd have been a Oompa Loompa. Oh my gosh. Skin tint that I know and remember is, I do definitely recommend pressing it into the skin with a sponge. The sponge will kind of help it become more skin-like. Wow, that shade is golden. Yeah, I mean, it is definitely not my shade, but the good news is I'm not going anywhere and it's just us, so why not? Oompa Loompa is the new black. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get some here on my sponge and then just really kind of push it in because like I said, this one blends and melts really beautiful into the skin. However, it does have a tendency, because it is kind of it's like a gel formula. It really does have that gel texture, and you really want to push it in. Okay, I need to put some concealer on before I move on to brows because I need some balance to this Oompa Loompa situation I got going on. So we're going to pull out an oldie, the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. Now, again, if you guys have been with me for a while, you will know this was my jam. Like, loved this concealer. And I still do. I actually reached for it the other day. The trick with this is it is shiny under the eye, which is interesting because back when I loved it, everybody liked the matte under eye. So they were using like the Shape Tape, the Tarte Shape Tape. That stuff made me look horrible. It settled into every fine line. It looked cakey and gross. I just could not wear the Tarte Shape Tape. The creamy I can, but not the original. So back when the Tarte Shape Tape was, you know, everybody was using it and it was the jam, I was using the Creaseless Concealer because it was creamy and it made my under eyes look so much healthier. But back then, everything was matte. Matte foundations, matte concealers, they liked the matte look. But now, times have changed and everything's more dewy. I see that everybody's loving the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. And I'm like, it's so funny how things change, right? Like fads change. I have this in the shade 34G Medium Golden. What I like to do is to wipe off the applicator. And then I like to use what's in the sponge to apply it, which I like to do that with most of my concealers. So I'm just going to set some here. But because I'm Oompa, I need to put a little bit more here and here just to kind of balance out the center. And I don't know if I want to put it on my forehead. Anytime I put concealer in this area, it looks disgusting by the end of the day. Does anybody else have that problem? Putting concealer in this, you know how everybody does this, like stuff like this, right? It doesn't look good on me throughout the day, but I'm in it now. I got to do it, but it's almost like it's too much. And throughout the day, like that's where it seems to kind of lift and pull away from the skin. Yeah, and it just does not look good over my foundation. And I just completely effed it up. Like, that's the thing, is that anytime I put concealer in that area, it just never looks good on me. So let's blend this in. Now, the other thing that I used to use back in the day was the MAC paint pot in soft ochre, and I do not have that. I searched and searched and searched for it. The one I do have is in the shade, which I don't even know why I bought that shade. What's it called? Laying Low in the MAC paint pots. And it's a little dark, which I don't know why I bought that shade. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. It's just been sitting here in my drawer with no purpose. But the soft ochre used to, is it soft ochre or just ochre? I can't remember. But I really like the MAC paint pots as like the base to put on your eyes to prepare it for eyeshadow and stuff. And the MAC paint pots were really, really good. I mean, they are really good. I stopped using it once I discovered the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. The one thing about this foundation, it's really pretty. I know why I used to love it. The finish is pretty. It looks really healthy and glowy. But again, remember, this is back in the day where skin tints were not as like popular as they are now. It's crazy how much makeup has changed just in 6 years. But back then, again, it was all about the full coverage. It was the Hourglass stick foundation, which looks horrendous on me. Rarely did you see people using these glowy type of foundations, but I just could not wear those matte foundations. I couldn't. I'm gonna put some of this NARS on. Ginger actually matches my skin tone really well as far as like my eyelid skin tone. And I love it because it's not creamy, because I don't like creamy concealers on my eyelids. You know, just see how much better that looks. Like I see people all the time going directly over top of their natural eyelid with eyeshadow, and I can't do that. I've tried it, and I don't like it. I don't like the color. I like this like smooth, even canvas to start and then build from there. I don't like this. Unless I'm wearing like little to no makeup, obviously. But if I'm wearing even a skin tint and concealer, I am putting something on my eyelids. Let's move on to brows. Now, like I mentioned, I had no brows back then. I just had a little bit of a line. I've been growing the heck out of them. Because I had almost no hairs, I was using the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows. This is kind of like a colored gel. What I love about this is it does have a really small brush to where it, like, as you're sweeping it through the brows, it catches every hair and kind of coats them. I stopped using it once my brow hair started to grow out. I haven't used it in a really long time. I am curious to see how it would work with having more brows, because as I mentioned in that video, this is definitely for those who don't have a lot of brow hair, but you're wanting to give some volume to the brow hairs that you have. But I was like, if you have a lot of brow hairs, I don't know that I would fully recommend it. So I'm curious to see how I feel about it now with having more brow hairs. So we're gonna try it. I mean, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. Why not? Run it through evenly. Grabbing all those little hairs. But that kind of attached to those hairs, so I don't mind that. Yeah, this side, I don't really love the way that looks. It's okay on this one because I do have some sparser areas, but this side is fuller and I do not like the way that turned out. So I'm gonna take my Benefit Brow Gel, the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Gel, which I'm almost out of. And the cool thing about this is I talked about this in that video and I still love it 6 years later. In the video from 6 years ago, the one product that I still use today every single time I do my makeup is the 24-Hour Brow Setter from Benefit. Okay, so we're gonna move on to contour. And in that video, I was using the KKW Beauty contour stick. Loved that contour stick. When she came out with those, amazing. And here's the thing, if I go back to 6 years ago, because you think every brand now has a contour stick, a cream contour. But KKW, which we know she got a lot of ideas from Makeup by Mario, right? So KKW, which was Kim Kardashian's brand, Makeup by Mario, I don't think I could pronounce his last name. You know, he was her makeup artist. So I know that he probably like helped inspire a lot of her makeup. I was a ride or die fan of the contour sticks and the lip liners. Like they were my jam because the tones were perfect. The formula was perfect. And this, I use it sparingly because I know you can't get it anymore. But back then, these types of like cream contour sticks were not that popular. They wasn't like every brand had it like they do now. This one was in the shade dark. So I'm just gonna put, I mean, I kind of hope, I know she has a new makeup line. I kind of hope she comes out with them again because like I said, her shades were so good. And the formula was fabulous. Really buttery and creamy, easy to blend. I mean, it was a no flippin' brainer. It was so good. I'm just gonna, brush this out. Oh, it's been that type of day, you guys, I tell ya. It's been that day. And like I said, I kind of started this video with a headache, but look how gorgeous that is. Like very natural, but gives you something. Oh, gorgeous. Such a good product. But don't get me wrong, there's a ton of products out in the market now that are just as good as this. For its time, when it came out, it was like, wow. And don't get me wrong, it's not like there weren't brands out there that had it. They did. And makeup artists around the world have been using cream contour for years, right? Like I'm not saying that, but it wasn't as popular as it is now. That's why I fell in love with it, because it was so easy to use. And it gave you such a pretty color and a beautiful blend, which is another reason, taking back to those days, when I first tried, I was watching a Tarte beauty video one time, and she was using the Honest Beauty cream blush. And I was like, oh, I gotta get that. That looks so beautiful. And again, back then, cream blushes were not that popular. Not everybody was using them. And I remember when I used that cream blush from Honest Beauty, I like fell hard for it because it was so buttery and easy to blend, and it looked so healthy and glowy and dewy, and just I was like head over heels. It was my favorite cream blush. Since we've kind of evolved from this like solid matte makeup look, and we're now more in the fresh and, you know, dewy and sun-kissed and all of that, that cream blush, cream bronzers, cream contour sticks, like they're all like, every brand has it now, and it's the thing, it's the popular thing. So it's just funny, since I started my channel, how makeup has evolved and changed so much just in the last 6 years. We're not talking about a decade. 6 years ago. I mean, it's mind-blowing, right? Let's move on to bronzer. Okay, so in that video, where's my bronzer? In that video, I was using the Ambient Radiant Bronze Light. Still a beautiful bronzer. I don't reach for it as much as I did back then, but it is a really beautiful bronzer. Yeah, it's really pretty. It has that hourglass, marbly kind of look to it, you know, where it kind of gives the skin that glow. I'm getting my hair dyed tomorrow. My grays, I had to cover them with my gray cover. As soon as I turned on the camera, I was like, oh shit. So I ran upstairs and grabbed my L'Oreal Magic Root Cover. Oh my gosh. Ah, the joys of aging. Okay, let's do blush. I think I was using a different color combination in that video, but I actually think I gave that blush to my mom. This one is in the shade Rose Gold. So this one has Marigold and Rose Petal, but you remember these blush duos from Jouer. Like, again, they were the jam. They were the shit back in their day. Like, they were the blush to have. They were gorgeous. And I'm sure they still are. We're gonna give it a whirl and see if they're as good as they were back in those days. So this side is a little more matte, and then this has more of like a shimmer to it. So I think I'm going to dip into the matte first and then go into this. But the one thing that I do remember about these blushes is they were hella pigmented. Like, you got to be very light-handed. So, yeah. See, that was a little dabberoo, and whew. So we're going to be very careful because I can get heavy-handed with blush. Shiz. See what I tell ya? They were pigmented back in the day. Woo! Wow. Okay. We're getting a little crazy. Put some powder on that and calm that down. We're good. Okay, I'm going to grab a tiny bit of this one. Ooh. Tap off that brush and just lightly tap over top of it. And then I'm going to grab another brush that's clean and blend it in, so it's not too much. Yeah, better. Okay, and also, back in those days, I wasn't wearing like finishing powders. In fact, I didn't like powders back in those days. The only powder that I used was the Ambient lighting palette, which I will use. You guys remember this. Do you remember the glazed donut days? Do you remember those days? And it's, what comes to mind is Jaclyn Hill. She would use this, and her face was like a glazed donut all around her cheeks, all around her whole face. Do you guys remember those days, the glazed donut days? And I'm not picking on Jaclyn Hill because she was gorgeous and like she paved the way for. I'm not picking on her. I'm just saying that's what comes to mind with the Hourglass lighting palette, the Ambient lighting palettes, is that everybody that was using it back in those days, like the bigger YouTubers, they always had that glazed donut look. You guys know I'm right. Even though I'm not trying to be mean at all, because I'm not. Because I did the same thing. I had a glazed donut look. So I am not being mean by no means. But it's just funny to go back. It just is. So in the video, I was using the Urban Decay All-Nighter. And I have some. So we're going to give ourselves a spray. And I'm not sure if I was using the fan back then, but I sure as hell am going to now. I love the fan. I love the fan because I love the way that your face feels wet and then you use the fan and it just, you're like, it's locking it. Remember those days? You guys remember that? The YouTubers would be like, I gotta lock it in place. You know I'm right. Again, it's just so fun to go back. It just is. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is going to be a blast from the past. When you think of makeup in 2019, what comes to your mind in highlighter? Dun da da da. The Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I would love to know how much money she made off this collaboration. Wouldn't that be interesting to know how much money? This thing sold out over and over and over. I mean, everybody loved the Amrezy highlighter. And she is loved and used. I lost a chunk of it. Not sure how the hell that happened. And there might be something growing on it. I'm not sure. Is that mold? Surely it's not. Is that mold? What the hell is it? It might be. It might be mold. It might be mold. I might not be using this. That was the Amrezy highlighter. It was, everybody loved it. It was gorgeous. It just, the way that it blended into the skin, look at that. This is back 6 years ago or 7 years ago. I'm not sure what year this came out, but it was in that time frame. Highlighters was not the huge thing. So again, we're going back. Highlighters were around, but they were not huge. And it almost feels like once the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy come out, it like blew everything out of the water. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, we can capitalize on that. Let's make a highlighter. Do you know what I mean? And then it became more and more popular in brands to have highlighters. I think mine has mold in it, so unfortunately, I'm not going to use it. However, I did mention in that video how much I loved the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. So we're going to use that instead. Because this, I know, I haven't had long enough for it to be moldy. That was scary. I was like, what the hell's that? Eee. I mean, it's been fun, but I don't really want to put mold on my face. Although, truth be known, that Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich face base probably is expired and moldy, but you can't see it. With the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched face base, it looks safe. It smelled safe. So I just used it. The Amrezy highlighter does not look safe. It's got stuff growing on it. But you know what? I forgot this. Remember the upper lip highlight? Oh, yeah. And the tip of the nose. Oh, yeah. Remember when Wayne Goss came out and said how much he hated highlight on the nose? It was like a thing between him and Mel. She loved the highlight on the tip of the nose and the Cupid's bow, and he hated it. It was so funny. Okay, we're going back. All right. Let's grab the, this. What's this called? Now, I typically use this brush. Like when I got this as a set. I just ran my brush all the way through it, tapped off, and then kind of put it all over. It's been so long since I've used this. Ooh, am I glazed donut yet? Do I look like a glazed donut yet? Oh man. If I don't, I haven't put enough on. I am having so much fun, you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this video as much as I am. Except for I need some lip gloss, and I'm gonna put some of my Christian Audette. I just ran out, so I'm opening a fresh new tube of it. Prettiest damn lip gloss. By the way, for those of you that don't know, this is still available on the Christian Audette website. And it smells like vanilla cupcakes. And the name Raye comes from my daughter. Her middle name is Raye, Madison Raye. But look at that. It just instantly gave me some pinkness to my lips, and I needed it. Love me some Raye lip gloss. My dogs have like this clock. It's almost 6 o'clock. Like I told you, I wasn't going anywhere. And they're like, Mom, where's my food? They know that 6 o'clock is dinner time, and they're here like bugging me. They're both just like staring at me like, hello, are you gonna get me food or what the hell? Okay, so let's move on to eyes. In that video, I pulled out the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And of course, this is like a staple. It was very popular back then. We all know that. Like, this was the palette. Again, we're going back to 2018. This was the palette of the year. Like, everybody loved this palette. Everybody was using it, creating tutorials with it. So we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna have fun with it. So we're gonna start with one of my favorite shades in the palette, which is this burnt orange. You can tell it's got some love to it. We're gonna start with that shade. Hopefully my camera will not focus on my mirror and focus on my eye, because it likes to do that. What I also noticed in those old videos is that I do have deep set eyes, but the skin around my eyes have gotten like thicker. It used to be much more deep set. So if you go back to that video, you'll see that I didn't have this extra fold. See that fold right here? That second one right there? I didn't have that in that video. But as I've gotten older, they're still deep set, but I have more skin in my eyelids than I did before, which I'm not mad about, because my deep set eyes were, they were really deep. So it's nice to have a little extra skin to work with. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am a hot mess in this video. But that's like the fun of it. Like, to me, this is what's fun. Like, this is what I love about YouTube and like the community that we have here. We can just kind of turn on the camera and just chit chat and like just have fun with, you know, like, I don't know. I miss that. That's my favorite part of filming, is just turning on the camera and I can just be like the biggest dork. And we're cool with it. It's like fun to be a dork, you know? It's fun to be dorky. Who cares? Okay, I'm going to take that same shade and bring it along the lower lash. That palette is so good. I forget just how good their formula is. That took little to no effort to apply and just buff and blend out. They're very powdery shadows, like down in the pan, they're very powdery, but man, do they apply so good. I'm gonna go into the shade Rustic. Yeah, Rustic. I might pick up a little bit of this sienna right next to it. And I'm gonna focus that right there in the crease. Look how beautiful that is. Like, again, little to no effort. I need to use this palette more. Gosh, it's a gorgeous palette. This formula is very user-friendly. You know, because back when I started my YouTube channel, I wasn't very good at makeup. Not saying I am now, but you know what I mean. Like, I was just starting to kind of get into eyeshadow. I never really wore eyeshadow. And starting with brands like Anastasia that were kind of like foolproof, it really helped me to kind of be able to learn and love the look that I would create. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to put those two shades, the Sienna and Rustic, down here on the lower lash line and kind of smoke it in. I'm going to take the Rustic and the Sienna and I'm going to put that like right out here on the outer corner. I think I'm going to bring that on the inner corner as well. Now I need to decide what shade I'm going to put on the center. Really love this shade Sultry, this purple. It's so pretty, but I'm not sure how it would look. It might be pretty because I was thinking maybe to put this shade here and then maybe put some of the glistening on top of it. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go into that glistening, the lighter color, and put it like right on the center. I might go into a little bit of fairy too. Yeah, Oh yeah, Fairy really made it pop, right? Oh yes, this is nostalgic. I am going to clean up this outer corner. I'm going to take the sharp edge of my Morphe sponge here and just kind of do this with it. See, that just kind of cleans up that area, but without adding like concealer, you know, it just kind of sharpens it. Okay, I'm going to finish the other side and then I'll come back and we will go into the lips. So I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. It's been a journey. So I decided to put a little bit of mascara on my lashes. You guys know I wear Lashify. And so I've had this pair on for like 2 weeks. They're hanging on by a thread. The second that I decided to put mascara on them, this corner piece decided to go doink. Like, yeah. So anyway, I'm back. Let's move on to the lips. So in the video, I was using the KKW Beauty lip liner in, I think, shade 2. And this thing is hammered. Okay. To sharpen it though. Her lip liners were so, see, this is what I didn't want to happen. You guys see what just happened? The whole stick came out because it's dry. It's old and dry. So. Then we're going to use this from Fenty Beauty. So Fenty Beauty, I think, was kind of new to the makeup game back then. I'd have to check to see. I'll put the date when Fenty Beauty came out. But it was all the rage, right? I mean, everybody was like, look at those shades, because her shade range was incredible. But these liquid lipsticks like stole the show for me. So this is called the Stunna Lip Paint. And this is in the shade Unbutton. And I used it in that video. You not only get the like really good pigment, but so long lasting. So we're going to go ahead and, it smells a little funny though. So I would always like put it on like in the center of the lip and then blend it into the lip liner with a brush. Perfect color though. Oh, and that combo, I mean, right? Doesn't smell right though. Makes me a little nervous. Doesn't smell right, but I'm putting it on another dip. Here I go. And my battery's gonna die. It's flashing. Groovy. Right when I need to blend this out, my camera battery starts flashing on me. Just need the lip line or the lip highlight. And we are back to 2017. Okay, so makeup is done. That was really fun. The one thing that I didn't mention in that, like, get ready with me are my hair clips. So if you go back to that video 6 years ago, I am still using the same hair clips. That's crazy, right? The little green ones. I've been using these in every video, kind of like, not maybe from the very day one beginning, but yeah, they've been with me for a long time. Crazy, right? So anyways, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was super fun. And I also hope it inspires you to kind of dive back in to some of your old favorites, pull them out again and use them and have fun. Like, this was a really fun video to film and I miss these types of videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.